manukan buong viewers. February November 6, 2024 is the schedule of pre-bid conference for civil works. So before we will proceed, so may I request to please stand for an opening prayer.
Namaste. Father in heaven, thank you for bringing us together safely. As we prepare for this meeting, we ask that you prepare our hearts and lead us in most. May we set aside our own agendas and seek what you desire for us to accomplish during this meeting. Please direct our thoughts and guide our discussion. Help us to be attentive and respectful of one another's input and to work as a team. We ask that you grant us clarity of mind and lead us to healthy solutions. In Jesus' name.
November 6, 2024, the schedule of pre-bid conference for civil works to be. May I request our back secretariat head to read attendance for this pre-bid conference.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The spirit conference for civil works, dated November 6, 2024. Ang present chairperson, Engineer Musi-musi Engineer, about Vice Chairperson, Engineer Mark F. Balingoan, about Sir Joseph M. Kaliman, Commissioner Member, Engineer Harold C. Carnary, and about Mr. Representative Engineer Pastor J. Bandelas. And we have also from the Planning and Design section, Engineer Marashella L. Sidicon, Engineer Jimbo Labra, Engineer Jogala Blairhouse, and Engineer Francis Joel. And there's truly about Secretariat Secretariat Paper Jennifer Picasalis. It's also.
Thank you, Engineer Fred. So since the Bid and Awards Committee is quorum, so I will now declare this. I will now call this pre-bid conference to order. So any representative from Planning and Design section to present their proposed project. So hello everyone, hello viewers. For today's pre-bid conference, I will present to you a project with a contract ID of 25KK0015 or rehabilitation or major repair of permanent bridges at Musi-musi Bridge along the CIR. So next please. So this is the location map of our project. So it is located at Balingoan, Misamis Oriental. Please. So next one. So bridge length is 67 meters with a appropriation of 20 million and approved budget cost of 19,600,000. Project duration is 114 calendar days. So these are the scope of works of the project. So first, asphalt overlay sa inner lane and also the approaches. So next please. We also have reflectorized pavement markings, white and yellow. Next please. And also we have gabions at pier number 3 and pier number 4. So these gabions are 3 layers and 7 meters length and 8 meters width. 8 meters length and 4 meters width. Please. So these are the details of our gabion that will be installed in our piers. Next, please. So lastly, we have a scope of works of installation of expansion joint, aluminum steel finger type. So this will be installed at abutment A and abutment B, and also at pier number 2 and pier number 3. Next, please. So these are the items, or this list of items that are included on our project. So we have provision of field office for engineers, project bill for design work, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization, removal of actual structure or obstructions, removal of structure and obstruction or concrete, bridge structure excavation or soft rock, emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course, gabions, which is 1 by 1 by 2 metallic coated, reinforcing steel grade 40, expansion joint 50 mm gap steel finger type, and also reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white and yellow. That would be all.
So thank you, Engineer Jimboy Ladra, for the presentation of 25 KK 0015. So you have clarification or question from the YouTube live viewers. So none, so we will proceed for the next project. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our windows. Chairperson and tall nagtanaw. So for this project is 25KK0024. Construction of multi-purpose building, Medina Municipal Hall, Barangay North, Poblacion, Medina, Misamis Oriental. Phase 2. Ang appropriation for this phase is 60 million with an approved budget cost of 59,400,000 and project duration of 280 calendar days. So this is the perspective of the complete project. Pero for this phase, hindi pa natin siya makomplete at i-reflect karon ang atong scope. Next, please. So for the scope of work, this phase is a continuation sa first phase. So kaniyang ang mga scope is ipadayon lang atong sa first phase. So for the construction of steel frame Medina Municipal Hall, a 3-story building with roof deck, due to budgetary constraints, the scope is limited to the following: construction of footings and concrete pedestal, complete steel framing of columns and beams, construction of slab on grade and suspended slab on metal deck, construction of reinforced concrete stairs, construction of exterior and interior CHB partitions, including plaster and painting works, installation of windows, awning and fixed type, roofing works, including necessary metal structure accessories, initial tile work in the ground floor of the building, construction of powerhouse and initial conduit works, power of ends, and initial installation of stainless steel railing. So technically for this phase, ang atong i-focus is ang structural component para matindog na siya. So for the general nga summary, walay lagot na ni ang electrical works, plumbing works, dili siya appeal for this scope. Next, please. So this is the elevation, the front elevation. Ako lang siyang ipakita kay since appeal sa atong scope ang mga partition both in interior and exterior. But walay labot po na siya ang mga cladding, mga finishes, walay labot for this phase. Next, please. So ang location map is dito na gihapon sa existing na North Poblacion, Medina, Misamis Oriental. Although giisog ni Mayor Bangay diri, but more or less dito na gihapon nga location. Next, please. So for the equipment requirement, these are the equipments included: backhoe, dump truck, plate compactor, 1 bagger mixer, bar cutter, jackhammer, bar bender, truck mounted crane for lifting heavy steels, welding machines, and cutting output. We have the specifications na sa inyong screen. Pwede na siya i-pause. Makita na ninyo ang mga specifications. Next, please. So for the items included for this project, medyo dagan-dagan po siya. Number 1 is the provision of field office for engineers, rental basis, permits and clearances, project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, general scaffolding and shoring and netting, removal of structure and obstruction, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from borrow, common soil, project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health, embankment from roadway or structure excavation, common soil, gravel fill, laboratory structural concrete, 3,000 and 4,000 PSI, class A, 28 days, and reinforcing steel na deform, both grade 60 and grade 40, formats and post-work, soil poisoning. Next, please. CHB non-load bearing, both 100 mm and 150 mm. Structural steel, furnished and erected, both grades 36. Muna sila ang atong mga I-beams, mga wide flanges, di nagbilong. Metal deck panel, aluminum glass windows, awning type, and fixed type. Cement floor finish with floor hardener. Cement plaster finish. Stainless steel railing. Stainless steel grab bar, 40 mm diameter. Reflective insulation. Glazed tiles and trims, and also unglazed tiles. Waterproofing na cement base. Painting works sa masonry or concrete. Double type pre-painted metal sheets. Ang rib type, tie blasting as well as gutters na accessories niya. Next, please. Structural steel process, purlins, metal structure accessories, bolts and rods, steel plates, tag rods, cross bracing, turnbuckle as well as initial conduits, boxes, and fittings. So initial pa ka electrical works. So ato sa giproject by next phase, ato na siya into dito kadili siya mga stretch ko ng budget. Limited lang siya sa onse available karon ba. Next, please. So that would be all for your presentation. If there are any questions, I will gladly cater them.
Thank you, Engineer Francis, for the presentation. So, do we have clarification or questions from the YouTube live viewers? None. So, since there's no questions from the YouTube live viewers, we will proceed for the next project presented by Engineer Celo.
Good morning, everyone. So for the next project, we have 25KK0040 or the construction of multi-purpose building, Balingoan Community College, Balingoan Misamis Oriental, Phase 2. So we have an appropriation of 40 million and the ABC is 39,600,000. The duration of the project is 280 calendar days. So this is the project site of our project. Next, please. The site development plan. So this is the typical floor plan. So we have a ground floor plan of Building A. So Building A is mao ni siya ang atong ongoing project and the Building B is mao ni siya ang atong new 2-story 6 na building. So this is the typical second floor plan. This is the perspective of the project. So the project scope, construction of multi-purpose building in Balingoan Community College, Balingoan Misamis Oriental, Phase 2, where the scope consists of the following. So first is the completion of the existing 2-story 6 classroom building. So this includes constructing of the second floor columns, roof deck beams, walls, roof trusses, and roof sheets. It also involves installing ceiling with reflective insulation, gutters with waterproofing, and completing of finishing, painting, doors, windows, plumbing, septic system, water pumping, and electrical works. So second is the construction of a new 2-story 6 classroom building. The work entails site preparation. So this includes cut and fill of land, complete structural components. So this includes footing, columns and beams, roof installation, ceiling with insulation, gutters, waterproofing, masonry, finishing, plumbing, septic system, water pumping, and electrical systems. So a ramp connecting both buildings is also included in the scope. So this is the bill of quantities. So we have provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, permits and clearances, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, general scaffolding and shoring and netting, individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameter, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadway, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from borrow, common soil, gravel fill. We have both 3,000 and 4,000 structural concrete, class 8, 28 days. Reinforcing steel, deform, both grade 40 and 60, formworks and false works, soil poisoning, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, both 100 and 150 mm. Carpentry and joinery works, finishing hardware, residential casement, steel window, steel lower door, aluminum glass windows, both owning and fixed type. We also have jalousie windows, glass, frames, jambs, seals, head, transoms, and mullions, doors, both flush and wood panel, ceiling, 4.5 mm metal frame, fiber cement board, molding, concrete, waterproofing, both cement-based and liquid, built up and preformed membrane, glass tiles and trims, unglazed tiles, cement floor finished with floor hardener, cement plaster finish, reflective insulation, railing, painting works, masonry and concrete, wood and steel, fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 26, ridge/hip rolls. We also have flashing, pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm corrugated long span, metal structures, metal structure accessories. We have bolts and rods, turnbuckle, rods, cross bracing, and steel plates. So we also have structural steel. We have structural steel for trusses and purlins, concrete gutter, catch basin, CHB, sewer line works, storm drainage and downspout, septic vault/tank, concrete/CHB, plumbing fixtures, cold water lines, cistern. We also have for electrical conduits, boxes, and fittings. Wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, lighting and lighting fixtures. For mechanical, we have water pumping system and fire alarm system. So the minimum equipment requirement, we have the backhoe, dump truck, plate compactor, one bagger mixer, welding machine, truck mounted crane, bar cutter and bar bender, cutting outfit, chainsaw, concrete vibrator, and water truck/pump. So that will be all.
About that. Ano?
Ang kanang nakalamsam, sir, is mao na siya ang atong exit stairs. Yes, sir. Nasa lupa, sir. Dayon ang katong lamsam nga aliw ko before. Nakalamsam nga metal structures, mao na siya ang atong facade nga katong tubular forms. Aliw daw ko sa perspective. Perspective. Ito. Mao na siya ang atong metal structures. And then ang atong structural steel nga lamsam mao ni siya. Railings nga kuan, sir. Item. Natay railings pod nga item. Yes, sir. Naka-specify na siya sa lupa, sir.
Okay, so thank you, Engineer Shelo. So do we have questions from YouTube live viewers or none? So we will proceed for the technical and financial requirements.
The technical and financial documents and other requirements for infrastructure projects. For the submission and receipt of bids. First, technical component envelope. Class A, legal documents. Letter A, valid Belgium's registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR. Belgium's certificate of registration and membership. All bidders shall approve and maintain in Belgium's a current and updated file of the following Class A eligibility documents under sections 23.1 number A and 24.1 number A. 1. Registration certificate. 2. Names business permits for its equivalent document. 3. Tax clearance. 4. Pickup license and registration. And number 5. Audit of financial statements. Section 8.5.2 of the IRR. For the purpose of updating the certificate of registration and membership, all Class A eligibility documents mentioned in the section supporting the veracity, authenticity, and validity of the certificate shall remain current and updated. The failure of the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents is being updated. For the technical documents, letter B, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or dissimilar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Letter C, statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. Letter D, special pickup license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and the cost of the contract to be bid. Letter E, original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of the notarized bid security declaration. For the single largest completed contract, the SLCC completed should be similar to the contract to be bid or has the same major categories of work. The SLCC's value should be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid upon adjustment to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices. Contractors under small A and small B categories without similar experience on the contract may participate if the cost of the contract to be bid is not more than the allowable range of contract cost of their registration. For the bid security purpose, to guarantee that the successful bidder shall, within 10 calendar days from receipt of the notice of award, enter into contract with the PE and furnish the performance security required. Form of bid security. Letter A. Cash for cashier's manager's check. The amount is 2% of ABC. Not guaranteed draft or a revocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. The amount is 2% of ABC. Letter C. Surety bond callable upon demand, accompanied with certification from the Insurance Commission. The amount is 5% of ABC. Letter E. Bid security declaration. No percentage required. Only one form of bid security is required to be submitted. Bidders have the option to choose their preferred form of bid security. Letter F. Project requirements, which shall include the following. A. Organizational chart for the contract to be bid. B. List of contractors' key personnel. Example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. List of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. For contractors' major equipment units, the contractor is required to provide proofs of ownership and other supporting documents for equipment owned, lease agreements for equipment to be leased, and for under purchase agreements, supported with certificate of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the projects. Proofs of ownership and other supporting documents for equipment pledged must specify and indicate the model year, capacity, performance, size, plate number, motor number, body number, chassis serial number, engine serial number, specific location and condition for Department Order 50 series of 2012. Contractors minimum materials testing equipment. Please refer to the Department Order 11 series of 2017 for the minimum material testing equipment. DPWH Procurement Manual Volume 2, the infrastructure main guidance specifically requires the submission of the materials testing equipment as stated in clause 5.6.2.8. Technical proposal and clause 5.6.2.8.4.0. Project requirements is in form DPWH-INFR-15. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certifications and availability. Letter G. Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement and if applicable, original notarized secretary's certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture be full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For the financial documents, letter H, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity. Class B, letter I, if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with Republic Act number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, for duly notarized statements from all potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide the provisions of the TBE in the instant that the bid is successful. For the financial component envelope, original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and other documentary requirements under Republic Act number 9184. The original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. Duly accomplished detailed estimates for, including summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with a bid. Cash flow by quarter. For the detailed estimates, accordance to Department Order 197 series of 2016, the following items shall be subjected to OCM and profit markup. 1. Mobilization and demobilization. 2. Provision of service vehicle. And 3. Permits and clearances. Accordance to Department Order 197 series of 2016, the following non-civil works items shall not be subjected to OCM markup. Field, laboratory office, and living quarters with rental basis, furnishing of furniture, laboratory equipment, survey equipment and consumables, assistance to the engineers, photographs, health and safety, traffic management, environmental compliance, communication equipment, etc. For the submission and receipt of bids, bid submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address for receipt of bids submitted manually is back conference room, 3rd floor, DPWH Misamis Barangay 26, Balingoan City, Misamis Oriental. For electronic submission, electronic bids underscore Misamis Oriental 1 at dpwh.gov.ph. For the bid evaluation, the financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections or computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid process. The back shall automatically disqualify a total calculated bid price which exceeds the ABC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. Completeness, no price in required item non-compliant, indicating a zero or double of free with zero. All prices are included all taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all the required items in the bidding documents, including for applicable BOQ, shall be considered non-expensive. Arithmetical corrections. Bid prices in figures versus words. Words prevail. Total price versus unit price per item. Unit price per item prevails. Total price versus actual sum of component items. Actual sum prevails. Unit cost in detailed estimate versus unit cost in BOQ. BOQ prevails. For the full qualification, verification of legal requirements, licenses, certificates, permits, non-inclusion in blacklist. Technical requirements, key personnel, minimum work experience requirements should be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment and materials, laboratory equipment. Performance in ongoing government and private contracts. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any project or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. To complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them with 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Technical requirements. Substandard quality of work as per contract lines and specifications, or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. Financial requirements, bid price proposal, NFCC. For contract award, the contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. The successful bidder shall be notified through the issuance of notice of award within the bid validity period and must be confirmed with the successful bidder in writing within 10 days upon receipt thereof in accordance with section 37.2.2 of the 2016 revised RRR of the Republic of 1984. The common reasons in the failure of submission of bids. Failure to submit original copy of the surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission indicating the name of project, the procuring entity, and name of contractor. Shorter bid validity and bid security validity period. Overlapping of pledged equipment and committed key technical personnel. Failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form. Late submission of bids. Failure in supporting documents. Example, certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor owner for the duration of the project. If the equipment pledge is to be leased or purchased. Negative slippage in the ongoing projects, negative 15% or more, or negative 10% in each of the 2 or more ongoing projects, unsatisfactory CPLDs. Common errors in submission of bids. Incomplete pages of bid documents, technical and financial. Authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. Single writer, signatory should be the owner, proprietor only. Corporation, cooperative, board secretary's certificate and board resolution. Joint venture resolution agreement, partnership, as indicated in the articles of partnership. That's all. Thank you. Question for Marks, consulting services as per Department Order number 17 series of 2015. Please write 69.1. In addition to the provisions of rules 21 and 22 of this IRR, the whole, subject to the authority delegated to the lab, if any, shall impose on biddings of respective bidders The administrative penalty of suspension for 1 year for the first offense and suspension of 2 years for the second offense from participating in the competitive bidding process, as well as disqualification from further participating in the competitive bidding being undertaken for the procuring entity concerned, were applicable for the following violations. All other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, such as habitually withdrawing from bidding, submitting late bids, or patently insufficient bid for at least 3 times within a year except for valid reasons. Strikes violation. 1. A bidder that had purchased bidding documents but subsequently withdrawn from the bidding or submitted a letter of non-participation or did not submit the bid with a valid cost as determined with the bids and awards committee concerned. A bidder submitting insufficient, defective documents such as insufficient bid securities and other deficiencies. A bidder submitting a late bid without a valid cost as determined by the applicant concerned. Other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of bidding, public bidding, as determined by the concerned act, provided that these acts had been indicated or discussed in the instructions to bidders, bid bulletins, notices, minutes of pre-bid conference, or other similar instruments. Strikes violations. A bidder that had purchased bidding documents but subsequently withdrawn from the bidding or submitted a letter of non-participation or did not submit a bid without a valid cost as determined by the bids and awards committee concerned. Valid reason. Upon computation, its price bid was determined to be above the ABC, or goods to be supplied are no longer available in the market. A bidder submitting a late bid with a valid cost as determined by the act concerned. Valid reason. Due to force majeure and quarantine restrictions. A bidder submitting insufficient effective documents such as insufficient bid securities. Number 1. Bid security not in the name of the bidder. Number 2. Insufficient amount and validity period. Number 3. Not issued in the name of the procuring entity. Submission of not valid filges. The failure of the prospective bidder to submit its filged certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents. Example, legal and financial documents. Valid reason not accepted. Failure to submit mandatory forms. Price schedule, bid form, notarized bid securing declaration, notarized omnibus sworn statement. Other required forms in the bid security aside from the bid securing declaration. Statement the bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Statement of the bidders SLCC similar to the contract to be bid. Owner's certificate of acceptance or CPE's rating accompanying statement of the bidders SLCC. Bidders computation of NFCC or committed line of credit for goods. Notarized joint venture agreement or notarized statements as to forming GB for goods. Certification as the reciprocity to foreign bidders for goods. Special pick-up license for joint venture for infrastructure. DUPA and cash flow for infrastructure. Valid reasons not acceptable. For CSC, failure to submit any of the following: certificate of employment, contract agreement, curriculum detail. Valid reasons not accepted. Submission of the following required forms as indicated in the 6th edition of the Philippine bidding documents without the name, legal capacity, and signature of the bidder authorized representative. Number 1, bid form. Number 2, pricing schedules. Number 3, bid securing declaration. Number 4, omnibus sworn statement. And number 5, GBA. Valid reasons not acceptable. Nomination of key personnel of different profession as per requirement of the bidding document. Valid reason not applicable. Failure to submit proof of ownership, lease, purchase agreement, or pledge equipment. Valid reason not applicable. Failure to submit certification of key personnel, Department Order 9 Series 2012. Valid reason not applicable. Failure to comply with the required number of key personnel and equipment. Valid reason not applicable. Participating in the bidding but not created business type as indicated in the mayor's permit for goods, valid reasons, not applicable.
We are respective leaders. So for contractors to personnel, for project manager, personnel, one with previous job experience and 5 years relevant experience. So please attach valid and updated government issued IDs with the signatures. For project engineer, one personnel with 1 year's general experience and 2 years relevant experience. And that project engineer must be a DPWH accredited project engineer. And also please attach valid and updated PRC license ID with their signatures. And for materials engineer, number of personnel required one with 5 years general experience and 3 years relevant experience. And also that materials engineer must be a DPWH required materials engineer. And also attach valid and updated PRC license ID for materials indicate with the signatures. And for finance, number personnel one with 5 years general experience and 3 years for please attach valid
Please attach valid and updated government issued IDs with 3 signatures. For safety officer, a number of personnel one with 5 years general experience and 3 years relevant experience. So please attach certificate of training issued by DOLE and attach also valid and updated government issued IDs with 3 signatures. And additional personnel, health personnel, full-time, 1 personnel. So that health personnel must be a certified first aider with attached certificate of training issued by Red Cross and attached valid and updated government issued IDs with 3 signatures. So other personnel like masons, stonemen, carpenters, painter, welder, plumber, and electrician. So those personnel should be included or reflected in the organizational chart. And for the schedule of the procurement activities, so for issuance or downloading of bidding documents, deadline will be on November 20, 2024 until 8:30 a.m. And hard copies are available at procurement unit, 3rd floor, DPWH Misamis. And these bidding documents can be downloaded from DPWH website and PhilJobs website. And for the receipt of bids or dropping of bidding documents, deadline will be on November 20, 2024 until 10 a.m. And for the schedule of the opening of bids, it will be on November 20, 2024 at 10 a.m. immediately after the submission of bids. And for required category of works, for contract ID 25KK0015, the required category of work is BRH, CWOP, or Bridges Rehabilitation Concrete Superstructure without piles. And for 25KK0024, the required category of work is BICWO PLC, or Buildings Construction Without Piles, low-rise concrete frame for 1 to 5 stores. Same for 25KK0040. The required category of work is BSC
WOPLC. And this is a sample of the technical and financial documents to be submitted by the prospective bidders. So the bid and supporting documents should be hard and properly bound. So that's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Fred, for the reading of the additional technical requirements, usually the manpower, and the reading of the schedule of procurement activities and the category reports. So, do we have questions from the YouTube live viewers? So none. So any motion for the adjournment of this morning, the pre-bid conference for civil works?
Mr. Chair, I move for the adjournment of this pre-bid conference for civil works dated November 6, 2024.
It has been moved and seconded for the adjournment of pre-bid conference for civil works, November 6, 2024. So I will now declare this pre-bid conference for civil works is adjourned. Thank you and good morning once again, YouTube live viewers. Thank you for watching and God bless us all.